Ahoy, me hearties, and welcome aboard the Nightingale. My name is Alistair, and I will be your captain as we continue our journey through The Witcher 3. So, picking up right where we left off, we had just started the beginning quest line, and we just followed the hunter to where the Griffin had attacked some Nilfgaardian soldiers, and we'll
Nilfgaardians were
investigate the
celebrating.
crime scene.
Griffin interrupted them. Ground's black, saturated with blood.
What else does he want me to look at here? Sure, there's more.
A camp.
Oh.
These prints are older and deeper, heavily armored. Nilfgaardians, probably.
Alright. Oh, I mean, free stuff is free stuff. Look at that, I would have missed out on linen. Can't beat the game without linen. Oh, I can't jump while in Witcher Sense? That's annoying. I think Witcher Sense is probably about my least favorite part of this game, but... Ooh, bees. Ah, bees! Can I loot it? Oh, I can fall off a cliff. That's better than what I wanted to do. Alright, now I can loot the honey.
Griffin's nest. What remains of it, at least. Corpse is a couple of weeks old. Still alive when the Griffin brought him here. Took a long time dying.
That's a bummer.
Female. Larvae in her wounds have already hatched. Been dead at least a week. Other Griffin must be a male. Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept. Beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area.
I know there's an examiner. Here we
Burned.
go.
Only a human could do this.
I don't think there's anything else to look at here. No. Alright. Alright, let's go get that incredibly stinky plant then. Ooh. Even though I've played this game before, I still can't get over how beautiful it is. They did a very good job with this game. Oh, another side quest. Not even 5 minutes into the video, already distracted. Alright. Hello there.
Greetings.
A witcher? You see the notice? Hear about the well?
A well? First I've heard. There a problem?
Aye. 'Tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
Because earlier on we drew our water from the river. But so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. My daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Fell dreadful ill, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink. And not beer nor cider, but water. Clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away. And it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, its skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, Master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill me daughter.
Fine, I'll help. Where's this well?
In Havel, a settlement on the heights. It's abandoned now, no one ventures there on account of the ghost being about. Drive it off, please.
Alright, let's go take care of that. I know I could have haggled up the reward a bit, but generally it's just a mechanic. I never really deal with that terribly much. Kind of offsets, you know, I mean, it's like, because whenever I play video games, I always try and, you know, do the nice guy thing and whatnot, but I also like to get into the characters that I'm playing. And, you know, Geralt, he's a witcher. He doesn't work for free. So, you know, people have a problem, pay me and I'll take care of it, otherwise I don't care. Which feels bad sometimes. But, so that's why I just don't bother with additional haggling. Because it's like...
The infamous well.
you know.
I wonder what it's doing here.
Oops. Come on, give me my magic back. Thank you.
She fled, but she'll be back tomorrow. Something's keeping her here.
Alright, well, read the entry about the noon race in the bestiary. Let's do that. The residents of Ward Orchard have suffered more than their fair share of misfortunes. Passing armies have trampled their spring planting, a griffin had begun abducting their livestock, and the rotten icing on this painful cake, a noon wraith haunted a nearby well. No wonder the locals called this final evil a devil. The Witcher could sense something bound her to this place, and that in order to send her off into the ethereal realms, he would first need to learn her secret. Once that was done, he would have to prepare for battle, and a noon wraith is a demanding opponent. She can distort her victims by blinding him and creating mirror images of herself. These copies slowly suck the victim's life energy, while their mistress remains untouchable. In order to defeat her, the Witcher could not rely on his silver sword alone. The Erden sign would also be needed to trap her and force her to take on material form. Oh, that's a lot of reading. But, alright, in for a penny, I suppose. Night Wraiths exude this immense sadness. Wait, that's Night Wraith. I need a Noon Wraith. That would have sucked if I read the wrong one. Despite what is commonly thought, peasants do not interrupt their labors at midday to get out of the sun. They do so to avoid Noon Wraiths. Vlad Raymond, Peasants and Their Customs. On particularly searing summer days, when the sun reaches its zenith, wraiths will at times appear, resembling sun-scorched women dressed in long white robes. These are noon wraiths, the spirit of young women and girls who died violent deaths right before their weddings. Driven mad with pain or anger, they wander the fields, searching for their unfaithful lovers or backstabbing rivals, though they will kill anyone who does not get out of their way in time. They are often held in this world by some object of intense emotional significance. That is why, if one ever finds a wedding ring or torn veil in the middle of a field, one should not pick it up, but instead back away as quickly as possible. Noon wraiths are only known to haunt rural areas and usually stay near the place of their deaths. They prey on peasants working in the fields or children playing nearby. Noon wraiths do not bleed and are, for the most part, immune to the effect of Witcher signs. They can create mirror images of themselves which circle their victims in a kind of morbid parody of a dance. This ghastly ritual drains their victims' life energy while adding to their own strength. Noon wraiths are also able to manipulate the physical world to a limited degree, kicking up clouds of dust which temporarily blind and disorient their opponents. Noon wraiths can turn immaterial and are at such times very difficult to wound. In order to force a noon wraith to take corporeal form, one must first trap it with the Erden sign or strike it with a moondust bomb. Once the monster has regained physical presence, one can mount a fast attack with a silver blade, preferably one coated in specter oil. Contrary to popular beliefs, noon wraith can also be encountered at night, but are much weaker than during the day.
Something's tied the Noon Wraith to this place. An object. Something she needs before she'll leave this world. Bodies dried to a crisp. Signs of burns. Noon Wraith did this.
Guess I'm just gonna keep playing games where I get to examine all manner of animal carcasses and whatnot. I'm sure looting this haunted town won't come back to bite me in any way, shape, or form. Okay. So can I go through the roof or something? Nope, I just done searching that one apparently. Alright. Man, that's cool. I mean, honestly, for being, 20 years now, most of these buildings have held up remarkably well.
A man. Stabbed with a knife. Died on the spot. Animals fed on his body. Picked his skeleton clean. More bloodstains over there. But it's not his blood.
Yellow dye.
Journal. Might be useful.
It's happened. Volkir sent a petition of our grievances against the Lord to the court at Vizima, listed all the harm he's done us, how he killed Johann for not taking off his cap quick enough, how he trampled our fields when drunk with nary a thought of repayment, how he barged in during Peter's wedding and demanded his right of the first night. Now we finally got what we begged Melitelli for. There are a lot of, difficult names in here, and whenever I'm forced to read them, I'm going to mispronounce them. Fair warning now. So, anyway, yeah. Now we finally got what we begged Melitelli for in our prayers for so long. The judge recognized our grievances and waived all our bonds and duties to the Lord. We can finally strike out on our own. At last we can live as free men. The first day of our freedom. Hovel's not much of a village yet, but to my mind it's better than the most fantastic palace. Volkir fumed our home with hazelwood smoke to drive out evil, burned a marten under the gate to make sure no thieves cross our threshold, and then he gave me a bracelet, loveliest I've ever seen. Mother said it's foolish to spend so much on a bauble when we haven't plows nor hoes, and that we ought to return it to the merchant. For my dead body, I'll never take it off. It'll always be there to remind me of Volkir, of how happy we were that day. They say the Lord is coming to see us, that he wants to make a deal, to beg us to return to the village. They say he's calmed since his son died, that he's not as quick to anger about small slights. Well, we'll see. One way or another, I've no intention to move 1 inch from here.
That bracelet. Might be what ties the woman's spirit to this place. Bloodstains, barely visible. Someone was dragged this way. Someone who was still alive. Palm prints in blood. Small hands. A woman's. Someone dragged her out. She was wounded. Fought for her life. No body in sight, but might still find some tracks. Under the right conditions, bloodstains can remain visible for decades. Another print by the well. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Noonwraith won't stray too far from the well. Almost faded. But the line's taut. Something's not right. A corpse, hanged by the bucket rope. Woman the journal belonged to. Must be. Wide pelvis, small jaw. A woman. Around 30, judging by the teeth. Left arm's missing. Need to cremate the remains. Gotta find the object that binds her to this place before I do, though. Was she wearing the bracelet from her husband? Might be why her arm fell off. Gotta jump down there. Hope I don't break my legs.
Into the well we go. Yay, fancy bracelet. Treasure chest apparently. Neat.
Lucky not to come up empty-handed. A bracelet with an inscription. To Claire, from Volker. Bracelet must have belonged to the woman in the well. Lovely craftsmanship, but I'll have to burn it with the body to get rid of the Noonwraith for good. Better do it near the well.
Good thing there happened to be a way out of here. You know, I mean, yeah, video game logic and everything, but you'd think he would have, you know, secured a new rope that would hold his weight before he jumped down into a well.
Need to prepare for this fight. Brew some wraith oil. Drink some potions.
Do I have anything that I need to make? I mean, I could probably find it, but to be honest, I'm not all that terribly worried. Although that conveniently looks like the plant that I need, so maybe more of it grows around here. I mean, I'll save just to be safe, but I think I'll probably be okay. Let's see. Okay. So, burn ready. Burn body.
And the bracelet. Igni. Hey, I think it worked.
All right.
She's gone. For good.
Cool. See? Simple. And I'm sure that every other monster hunting quest I do in this game is going to go just as smoothly. Wonder if Vesemir's run out of vodka at this point, waiting for me to get ready to fight this thing.
Job done. The well was haunted by the ghost of a woman who was killed there. I drove it away.
I just hope every unburied wretch don't start haunting us. Well, that battlefield's gonna cause us a heap of trouble.
If they do, you know who to contact. Meanwhile, Claire, Volker, names ring a bell?
I don't know him. Though I did hear our herbalist Tamira mention a Claire once. Same one, maybe? Your reward, Master Witcher. The gold I'd hid away for Mandy's dowry. Without you, she'd never have lived to wed. Now, let's hope for it, at least.
Again, feels bad, but...
How about that? Never expected to get a dowry.
Nor did I suppose I'd ever give one to a Witcher. Strange times these, wouldn't you say? Strange and sad.
Something moved. Hey!
Hello, side quest.
Lost
Wonderful.
your key, ma'am?
No, not me key. Me pan. It's always sat there empty, this hut. That is, till the night afore the battle. A man arrived, walked right in like 'twere his own. Was standing at me window, peering at the goings-on. He must have eyed me, 'cause next I knew, there he was, coming my way. So, I grabbed me pan, for protection, see? But he just asks all polite, Gran, got any birch bark by chance? Lilac berries or even a few coals? Nay, says I. And you must be right daft to pester folk at night with such foolery. But I sees he ain't listening. Just staring at me pan like a magpie at a copper. Lend it to me, Gran. I'll give it back come morn. He's right baffled for what's he doing, frying in the dark. But I've got a soft heart, so I gave it to him.
Fascinating story. Any chance you're nearing the end?
Afore dawn, another rode up to the hut. But come morn, only the first fella left. Locked the door, hopped on his horse, and that were all I saw of him, and me pan. 'Twere old, black with soot, not worth much, I suppose, but I've no other. Will you help me, dearie? Bring an old widower pan. I could never break down that door myself. And in truth, I'm afeard to go in any road. Such a stench wafting out. Methinks the other fellow. Well, that he's lying there.
Never taken on a pan contract. Fine, I'll go in, look around. You should wait here, just in case.
Oh boy, hunting trousers. And rotting flesh.
A corpse. Explains the stench. His throat. He was garroted. And some old scars. Kind of soldier might have.
What's that, dearie?
Nothing. Cracked monocle. Interesting.
But when I gab to myself, they say I'm going barmy.
The priceless frying pan. Scrubbed clean. Looks like the mystery man didn't need the pan so much as the soot off it to make ink, write letters.
Found the pan, have ye?
Documents, almost entirely burnt. A few pieces still legible.
And when you arrange to meet, you fucking show up. I did, risking my life in the entire blasted operation, and ended up standing there with my plow and cock in my hands, waiting for nothing. I thought the Nilfgaardian army was better organized than that, you illegible. Tell that blessed Lord General of yours that me and my companions don't hold grudges. We won't break off negotiations. But since our old plan's gone tits up, this time we'll choose the time and place for the next meeting.
Found the pan, have ye?
Yes, I found your pan.
Here, your frying pan.
Mine? But mine were black with soot. And I could see myself in this one if I wanted. But them years are past.
It was the soot the man needed. He scraped it off to make ink. Must have had an urgent letter to write. Urgently burned some other documents too.
And the other fellow?
Dead. Round up a few boys and bury him outside the village. Deep, so the necrophages don't dig him up. And take my advice. Don't mention this to the Nilfgaardians.
Hang about! You've earned a token of thanks. Here, sonny, for the road. Fry up a nice white fish for supper.
Baked apples. Alright. Oh, and bread. And apple juice. Nice, got all kinds of stuff.
Should talk to Vesemir.
Alright, finally getting close to that, first introductory mission. At least until I've run into somebody else who has a magical glowing exclamation point over their head.
The goodman's boy knows a merchant who travels.
Maybe we'll run into Balin, the fisherman.
Oh, the strange fears he sees. Yeah?
10 points to anybody who gets that reference.
Kings do the fighting, peasants do the dying.
Oh, look! Exclamation points, wonderful. Let's see, looking to borrow a plow. Hey lads, there any among you can lend me a plow? Thing is, mine smacked up against a stone in my field so hard it bent halfways, and may a fiend take me if I know how to fix it or plow my field without it. Alright. Wanted, deserter. Last night a soldier fled from the army camp under cover of darkness. The wanted man, a recruit who recently volunteered to join His Imperial Majesty's service, goes by the name of Audrin. He claimed to be a Cadwenny by birth, but said King Hensel's misrule had convinced him to join the Imperial Army. He was part of said institution for a mere 2 days, but managed to eat and drink enough in that time for an entire regiment of dragoons. Anyone with information about this deserter's present location is to report it to the garrison at once. Description: modest stature, wiry, with thinning hair. He fled in his undergarments by squeezing out through the latrine's drainage system, and probably thus reeks like an old boar. Characteristic marks can be easily recognized by his voice, which has the telltale rasp of a hardened alcoholic. Anyone found providing shelter or sustenance to this deserter will be subject to a summary court-martial. Alright. Volunteers wanted. By order of Captain Peter something something, let it hereby be known that enlistment in the Imperial Army is now open. Recruits will be provided with room, board, and regular pay. Yet the greatest payment of all is the honor of serving Emir of our Emrys. Not even gonna try and read Nilfgaardian. Once enlisted, recruits will be trained under the tutelage of the Empire's greatest strategists. Recruits' families will be assured sufficient sustenance for the entire time of their service. In the case of their death on the field of glory, they will receive a lifelong pension. Imperial Edict number 1845. Let it hereby be known that by order of His Imperial Majesty's High Command, all able-bodied men of White Orchard must present themselves at the village inn, equipped with a shovel, hoe, or pickaxe of their own provision. The fields near the village are littered with corpses, and given the warm spring we are currently experiencing, the High Command fears the rotting bodies might bring contagion to the village. Let this stand as proof to the residents of White Orchard that their new rulers care for their safety and shall defend them not only from bandits, but also from disease by introducing measures which have long been standard in the civilized world. Any man refusing to comply with this order will be flogged and put in the stocks. Signed, Captain Peter something something. Brother missing. Bastian, my brother, went off to fight the Black Ones. I've reason to think he stood in the great battle nearby. He's not returned to this day. Like many others you'll say, and you'll be in the right. But if he fell, and I know it's like he did, I'd give him up to the ground, the least, like our fathers have done. Always. I'd bury him neath the barrow where our parents lie, not leave his corpse to be ate by the corpsers prowling the battleground. So I seek a man brave, able with a sword, and willing to venture out with me to find Bastian. I won't pay much, for I've not much to give, but I'm not stingy with gratitude and sure to show it aplenty. Any man willing to help, look for a raised hut along the road to White Orchard, just near the bridge. I've made camp there. Dune Wildenvert. Alright. And another talking person. Willis.
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Sorry. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. But humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Alright. Time for another distraction. Let's see here. Ah, there we are.
Footprints. A man's. Large. Stinks of piss and vodka.
Nothing like a drunken arsonist. This guy should consider himself lucky that he set the correct building on fire.
Took off his boots and went in the water. Probably wanted to cover his trail.
Oh, there.
Something jumped out of the rushes. Drowners. But he managed to escape. Lost his boots in the rush.
Rough thing to lose as a peasant.
Tracks lead back to the village.
Gods watch o'er ye.
Go in health.
Me gran told me about
Everything's
Smith's
gonna be
boy.
fine.
Lad went missing one day,
Good
so
man.
folk nabbed a witchman
Whose
that was
field
hunting
is that,
nearby
the
and
other
started
side of the
poking
river?
him arsehole.
Bleeding, but not badly. Surface wound.
Though he... Yes, this boy.
Drowned.
He venture out to inspect the grain anytime.
Trail ends here, but I'll recognize him by his wounds. Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be him. Nasty wound. Run into a drowner?
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
I not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies, do anything for gold they will. They forge the blades the black ones put to our throats, am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
Nope.
Magpies and dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
Then I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp!
Yeah, I'm gonna Jedi mind trick him.
Calm down. Now follow me.
What happened to your mug?
Do I have to babysit him the whole time, or can I just run back to the dwarf and he'll magically appear there with me? That'd be real nice. Cool.
Up and at him.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You! I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a copper. This is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
No! Willis, I beg you, I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
Villagers will really love you now.
Well, no, I don't give a flying fuck about them. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil still holds, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price.
Yay, we made a friend. Okay, well, enough getting distracted by stuff. Let's actually go and fight that Griffin. And probably call it an episode after that, but, Hey, Vesemir. I didn't get distracted. What are you talking about?
What is it, Wolf?
Got good news and bad news. Good news first. Captain of a Nilfgaardian garrison knows where Yennefer went.
And the bad's that we have to kill the Griffin for him. What else could he want from two witchers? Go on. Tell me what you know.
Griffin's abandoned its lair. Gotta make a lure, set a trap.
And how's that going?
Learned some things. It's a male, had its nest in the Vulpine Woods. The Nilfgaardians burned the woods down, killed its mate, smashed their eggs. Thought they'd fixed things.
It's always the same. Instead of sending for a professional, they try to do it themselves, only end up making matters worse.
Got the buckthorn.
Ought to work like a charm. Powerful scent.
More like stench.
City boy. Rotting meat, manure, piss, standard smells of the countryside. Remember Tredegor? Hunting that Zoogle in the trash heap? You spent half the next day bathing, scrubbing yourself.
How can I forget? You ever gonna stop bringing that up?
Fine. If everything's ready, say the word and we'll get to work.
I'm ready. No point in waiting. Let's find a good spot to ambush it.
Picked one out already, other side of the stream. There's fields and a grove. Plenty of room and far enough so no one will get in our way.
Good. Meet you there.
Cadmil and Horn.
Not sure why we're going separately, if we're also... Well, it acted like we're going separately, but... I guess to give me the option to go around and do other stuff if I wanted to, but...
A stream, amber waves of grain. Charming place. Perfect for an ambush.
I know how to choose them. So, ready?
Let's start. Wind's good. Bait's scent will spread quickly.
Now all we have to do is wait. Come on. We can cower in the shade of those birches.
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes... Well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering, think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
Hear that? It's close.
Let's go give it a warm welcome.
Wait, take this.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around. Might come in handy.
A witcher with a crossbow? We breaking with tradition?
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill. Watch out! It's about to dive!
Show me what you got.
Griffin hurts. At least I'm missing like every swing of my sword. That's useful.
It's fast!
Ow. Dude. back here.
Don't let it get away!
There we go. Yay. No more Griffin.
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
For example?
Upward vertical strike. It's too obvious. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.
Alright. There's the thing. What's missing? Oh, there it is. Cool. And now we have a Griffin head that we're going to cut off with that tiny little knife. That must be one incredibly sharp knife. You don't mind holding that, do you, Roach? Alright. Good horse. Go away, drowners. I don't want to deal with you. Man, those guys have been doing push-ups for a while.
What the hell is this?
Roy!
You take me for a blind man or a fool? This grain is rotten.
I didn't know.
So, a fool. Damn it, you never learn. Military Codex, Article 2, Section 3. For the delivery of defective goods, 15 lashes with a knout. Make it so.
No, no, no! By the gods, no!
What?
Guess you've dropped your good uncle act.
It was no act. I extended a hand to these people. They spat on it.
Could it be because it held the sword that killed their loved ones?
Tja, a moralist. And what would you do in my stead?
Wouldn't ever be in your stead.
Tell me why you've come.
Fulfilled my end of the bargain. Your turn. Where'd Yennefer go?
To Vizima.
She was a day's ride from here the whole time? Under my nose? Might have said so.
Yes, I might have. But you would not have killed the Griffin. Tit for tat. Halt! We are not done. It's yours, this gold. I would not want you to say you were inadequately compensated.
No more. Please, no more. Mercy.
Lower and I faint.
Damn. Poor guy.
No more. Please, no more.
It's beautiful. I'm sure eventually I'll stop talking about how good this game looks, but, I mean, damn, this game looks good. Again, I know it's video game logic, but I'm very impressed that he can swim wearing all that armor. Even if it is lighter armor. Not to mention, you know, 2 swords strapped to his back.
The Goodman's boy knows a merchant who travelled to Northgard once. That hold a strange feeling.
It's raining, it's
Damn,
pouring,
dear, slip the
and
bark off the
burning,
trees
it's
again.
roaring. Keep up the
Oh, hi, Kid Cat. Oh. Be my friend. Well, all the cats hate me. This game is unplayable. 0 out of 10.
Jennifer's in Vizima.
Oh.
Friends there, so...
That's frustrating. Yeah, I'm gonna load that because I didn't know that was gonna fail my quest.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer.
Guess we can
She'd
listen to
eluded him for
Dandelion.
years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead.
Cool. Sorry, I didn't know that going there was just gonna fail that other side quest. I thought that I could just go and do that at any point. Hopefully this works. Once again, testing my editing skills. My recording software crashed, and I've got about 99.9% of the episode. I was just about to sign off when that crashed. So I'm just recording this as my sign-off to attempt to tack on to the end of the episode. So this is where we will drop anchor for today. Thank you for joining me aboard the Nightingale, and I will see you all next time as we continue to sail the Sea of Games. Until then, keep the wind at your backs and your eyes on the horizon, and fare ye well, me hearties.